Hi Flosstube. Welcome. This is Flosstube number 9. I am Rebecca, the Route 66 stitcher, and it is Sunday, May 22nd. So the year is screaming by, at least for me. It seems like it's been a hot minute. I have been out with the COVID over 2 years, never got it. Finally took me down, and it took me down hard for a few weeks. I had naively thought that being vaccinated and boosted and having had legitimate exposures previously that not necessarily immune, but that I would be spared the brunt of how bad it was for a lot of people, and that was not necessarily how it ended up for me. Again, hindsight, right? I had actually even thought along the way, with as many legitimate exposures that I have had, that I may have even have had it asymptomatically in the past. No, that's not how it worked for me. I am just now getting back to the point where I can walk upright for more than 2 feet without having to take a 5-hour nap. So being out of bed, dressed, all of that was more than I could handle for a while. But I had the monoclonal antibody. Can't tell whether maybe I was too far along in the process for it to make a huge difference. I'm just on the other side of it now going, wow, that was a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. So, been told at least 2 to 3 more weeks of this bone-crushing fatigue, muscle weakness kind of process. It has directly impacted my ability to do any kind of stitchy stuff. I literally cannot hold or push a needle for any great length of time, and my brain can't read a chart to save its life. So it's been an interesting ride that, I had the perfect opportunity to get a lot of stitching done on sick leave and couldn't do it. So there you go. I do have a few full finishes to show you, along with another finished object, and then some WIPS. Again, not much going on in my life with the exception of eating, sleeping, just trying to make it to the next day. So, without further ado, enough of my health travails. Let's move forward with the fully finished objects. I have been working very diligently up until this little interlude to get rid of, I don't want to say get rid of, but actually complete all of the projects and kits that I received as round robin kits from Needlework Galleria last September. And I am seriously making a dent in them. I give one my undivided attention rather than have all of them in play at the same time, and that seems to be working pretty well. I still have 2 or 3 left in the bad project closet waiting for completion from last September, so hopefully I'll get those done before Needlework Galleria this upcoming September. And the one that I have completed this time around is Suzy's Sugar Skull Strawberry from White Lyon Needleart Designs. And I had shown you the stitching the last time, but it is now a completed sugar skull with bats, strawberry, and it's pretty cute. I think it'll be, I don't know, maybe a bowl stuffer around Halloween. I think that'll be a good process, Day of the Dead kind of decoration. So Susie's Sugar Skull is completed. Another thing that I have been working on, and I had finished the punching on these. These are the Christmas bowl fillers on wool punch needle patterns, and I had finished all 4 of the punching, but I had not actually finished the into anything other than just the punch process. And I have finished 3 of them. I still have 1 that I haven't completed yet, and that's the Christmas tree, but I do have Santa done. And back fabric actually kind of blends nicely. Why are you not focusing? Come on. There we go. So Santa's done. Reindeer is done. Oh my goodness, look at all that cat hair. I don't know if I have the strength to actually fur roll something right now. It's a specialty fiber, and I use the same fabric on the back with the reindeer, so those 2 are done. And then this one is the holly mistletoe, not sure what, some kind of Christmas green, and there you go. And this wool is a very interesting color. I really like it, but had to go with a different fabric choice for the back of it. And again, so I've gotten 3 of those done, and I'm still looking for a fabric for the back of the Christmas tree because it's on an even more interesting color wool, if you will. When I say that I couldn't read a chart and my brain was not engaged during the COVID series, you'll understand what I mean when I show you the Meridian Designs Butterfly Biscornu. I have completed it. And here she is. And she is stinking cute. Really stinking cute. Now, you will notice this no way, shape, or form resembles a Biscornu. Why? Because I had sewn the entire thing together, whip stitch it all together, had sewn on the buttons, give it a little bit of shape, and then I sat there and I looked at it for about an hour trying to figure out why it looks different. And then it should. And here's where the COVID brain kicked in. I had lined up corner to corner instead of corner to middle and sewn it all together, and then it took me an hour to recognize the fact that it wasn't a Biscornu. Knew something was different. Could not for the life of me figure out what. But there we go. I still think it's pretty stinking cute little pincushion. Small. Finished this way as well. So this is the Butterfly Biscornu by Meridian Designs. It's fantastic little pattern. And would have made a really stinking cute Biscornu as well. It's been a challenge. I have finished the Target bag. This is Aim High by Fuzzy Fox Designs, little grasshopper. It is not a fully finished object yet, because I really do want to line the inside to put on this, and I had already made a pattern, got some backing on it, and there's no way right now that I can have the strength to sew through the plastic, the genuine vinyl here. right now to complete that. But that's the plan. At some point, I'll be able to come back and finish off this bag. It's one of those Target bags from way back when. I have about 3 of them. And this is for a friend at work. So those are the fully finished and mostly finished objects. I do have one more. This is called Flamingo Bells by Hands-On Design. And I finished this on the same fabric with the same floss as the other flamingo. And going to fully finish both of them in the exact same manner. So that came together pretty well. And on to the WIPS. This is I Searched for an Ancestor by Daub. This is big. There we go. And I'm not using any of the called fors on this, and I'm not using called for fabric either. This is Night Sky Jennifer by Mystic Fabrics. This is a 36 count. The fibers are mainly Fiberlicious, Yummy Fiber Silks, and DMC. I'm using 3799 for the gray part instead of black. And it's coming together pretty well. This skirt is going to be, well, all of her is going to be 100% full coverage when it's done. But I'm not minding her as much as I actually despised like the Plague Doctor, because it's not confetti stitching is the only thing that I can come up with as to why I'm not minding it as much. And I can seemingly get a lot done in spending, say, 45 minutes on this pattern, whereas with all of the confetti stitching of the Plague Doctor, I'd spend 45 minutes and be able to get maybe 5 stitches done because of the fact that it was so highly confettiized, for lack of a better thing. Oh, she's got a piece of hair in her eyes, but she's pretty. Still lots of back stitching and other things to do, but she's coming along nicely. I don't think she'll end up back in the bad project closet anytime soon. So I'm actually kind of enjoying her. I did pick up from Nashville the Corgi Caboodle. My aunt and uncle have the Corgi. Their take is if it's good enough for the queen, it's good enough for them. And so when this was published, I had to have one. I'm going to stitching them for their new house. They just sold their house and moved into a condo in Florida. And that's as far as I've gotten. I picked this up, I want to say about a week, maybe 4 days ago, and started this. It's just become kind of my COVID stitch, if you will. I really, literally have gotten maybe 100 stitches in and have to sit down and just do nothing for a while because my brain can't keep up with the can't keep up with the chart. I'm doing this in all of the called for DMCs, and this is 32 count French latte. French latte, Sigurd. So, that's coming together well. What I find fascinating, this is actually my second Plum Street sampler with the stacked series. I don't know what, I don't know, it's stacked things. My first one was the Bigfoot, and what fascinates me is all of these seemingly are pretty close to full coverage. I mean, there is not any wasted space that doesn't have a stitch or two in it. So they're deceptive in looking at it going, oh, that'll be an easy and quick stitch, and going, wow, there's a lot more here than I thought there was going to be to do. I caught up yesterday on the Peppermint Purple Blackwork SAL for 2022. Yeah, I feel like that Plague Doctor is now much more appropriate. And completely caught up on this. Getting close to mid-year, really do need to start thinking about the border and what I'm going to be using for that. This is DMC 902, and this is a 36 count grab bag opalescent linen from Mystic Fabrics, excuse me. Again, COVID brain. One of the things I was really excited about was I recently purchased a pattern that I found that just like literally was screaming at me that I needed to buy it. And that was the Blackwork Highland Cow by Cgk Designs. I love Blackwork, and I was just looking at this going, this is spectacular. Lots of interesting designs, lots of interesting colors, nothing I would change. I am using all of the called for DMCs. It's all DMC. My problem has been finding a appropriate fabric. So the problem is, as you can see, the nose itself in the pink and the black are cross-stitch. However, you can't see any of the really gorgeous detail of the black work on the fabric, right? So if you hold it back and you're looking at it, you're like, yeah, it's not working. The fabric is, I needed a larger size in terms of, I don't know how to, it's smaller size, so maybe a 22 count rather than the 32 count. This pattern actually is suggested to be on 18 count Ada, so 36 linen, which is what this is. This is 36, and you can't see any detail at all. And I've decided not to go with the Ada because there really are a ton of fractional stitches in this. I think this is going to be a challenge to find the right size of linen to be able to actually demonstrate and show off all of that fabulous blackwork design. So that's something that actually goes, unfortunately, into the bad project closet for a while until I can figure something else out. I have actually bought, because I like doing the punch needle for the Christmas one so well, I actually purchased the St. Patrick's Day bowl fillers pattern from Cgk Crafts, which is the same place where I got the Christmas ones. And I did get a weaver's cloth from the Bonny Bee in Fern, which is a really pretty springy green color, maybe, for some of these. Yep. think that'll work out nicely. So that's on the list. Do you have a lot of people bought sunflowers for the Ukraine from Lady Dot. You got the pins. And the scissor fob. So those ended up being a great purchase for a great charity. And then, of course, my Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers, Silk of the Month Club. This is May. This is April. So, and that's pretty much all I have. Just putting one step in front of another. Thanks for stopping by. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. I do appreciate sharing some cross stitch with you, and look forward to seeing you the next time around soon.